Hello everyone and a very good evening to all of you and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. So today is 27th July and we are here with the Hindu analysis of 27th July. As we all know, daily at 7 p.m. we come up with the analysis for this. So if I'm audible and visible, just write in the comment section, yes sir, you're audible, so that we can start our session. Okay, so the first article is there are three actually important articles on the first page or first half of the first page of the Hindu. So today is Wednesday, 27th July. So let's discuss. So the first and the foremost and the important article was, can promises of irrational poll freebies be curbed? Supreme Court asks government. The next important article was here, and that it is talking about is spurious liquor claims 36 lives in dry Gujarat. And another one on the left side, there was a small article, but I found it important, so I am discussing it. 2 BSF personnel killed in anti-UN protest in Congo. So these three articles were in the news. Okay, so it's instead of writing killed, it's better to use the word martyred and all. But yes, our newspapers do write sometimes. Okay. Okay, yes, people are writing, yes sir, you're audible. Okay, fine. So let's move further with the main article. The main article says, can promises of irrational poll freebies be curbed? Supreme Court asks government. See, freebies, what do you mean by freebies? It means generally what politicians do is just before the election, they promises that I will be giving you free for this. I'll be giving you this free, this free, this free. I'll be allowing free transportation, allowing fee surrender, allowing this free, that free, and etc. Okay. Now, so Supreme Court has asked the government, actually someone has filed a petition regarding it. Okay. Issues must be tackled at state level, says Kapil Sibal. So see, yes, good evening everyone. Good evening guys. Okay. So what actually the Election Commission of India has said. So you can see it here. Election Commission cannot regulate state policies and decisions taken by the winning party when they form the government. Such an act without enabling law provision would be an overreach of powers, said Election Commission of India. So what is the view of Election Commission of India? It said that they do not have the power. So they under law, under any parliamentary law, they do not have the power to stop politicians from giving or promising freebies before the election. Okay. Yes. Yes, culture which can manipulate citizens' vote, right, LFA. So that is what Election Commission said, that we have the laws. So there are laws like Representation of People's Act and all, under which Election Commission of India has powers. But Election Commission of India is saying that we do not have the power to stop politicians, that you should not promise this. I mean, we do not have any enabling provision in the law. That is what Election Commission of India said. Okay, what the Supreme Court has said, promise of irrational freebie is a serious issue, means of course it is a serious issue because of both the aspects. One is fiscal side. Like for example, if politicians start doing this again and again, God forbid, it may lead to something like Sri Lanka, God forbid. So it means that if you can say fiscal, you can say deficit will keep on increasing if politicians start promising these types of freebies and all. That is what Supreme Court said. Second thing is, yes, it can lead to manipulation of votes. So people will vote only because you are promising freebies and all. Okay. So that is why that was one thing. Why has Center not yet taken a stand on the issue? Government needs to consult Finance Commission for the suggestion. This is what Supreme Court said. Okay. Yes, that is one aspect of it. Okay, one more thing I want to say is that yes, there was who filed a petition. So there's a BJP leader and lawyer, Mr. Ashwani Kumar Upadhyay. He filed a petition that actually irrational freebies amount to bribery and unduly influencing voters. So he said that basically it is a sort of an the petitioner has said that it is a sort of a bribery given by can say the politician, that after so vote me and after election I will give you this etc. for free. So that is what the petitioner has said. So it was in the news and that is what I have mentioned. Okay, you can like the opinion, you can dislike the opinion, that is up to you. My job is just to explain things which were in the news. You can agree with the person or disagree, that's up to you. Okay, yes. So that was the main article, can promise of irrational poll freebies be curbed. Then another article was spurious liquor claims 36 lives in dry Gujarat. See, first of all, spurious liquor. Spurious means a poisonous liquor, you can say, or you can say poorly made or poisonous liquor. Claims 36 lives in dry Gujarat. Dry Gujarat means actually dry states means where liquor is prohibited or liquor is banned. Like for example, even Bihar is also a dry state because officially selling liquor, drinking liquor, etc. is not allowed. It's banned. Similar is the case in Gujarat. So you can see last year also in September 2021, there was an article in Indian Express. Gujarat Deputy CM Nitin Patel says will continue alcohol ban regardless of revenue loss. So it means at that time the Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat had said about that we'll continue to have alcohol ban. Now, why 36 people have died? Because of spurious liquor. Spurious liquor means poisonous one. It means you can say it was mixed with something which can be disastrous or can say which can kill people. So basically, if you have read the article clearly, crystal clear talks about here that methanol was added or methyl alcohol was added, and methyl alcohol is poisonous actually. Generally, ethyl alcohol is used. But instead of that, if methanol or methyl alcohol is used, it will kill people. And this is what the article says that preliminary investigation reveals. Means the initial investigation says that perhaps it became a spurious liquor or a poisonous liquor because methanol was present in it and it killed 36 people. So that is a very serious thing actually. So that is what it says. It is also called as hooch tragedy. These terminologies are used by newspapers. You must have heard about this. Hooch tragedy is nothing but death of people because, or you can say tragedy which happened because of drinking of poisonous liquor. Okay, and that's also called as hooch tragedy. You might find, yes, here it is. So it is termed as the worst hooch tragedy in the past 10 years. So this is the word also used by the newspaper journalist. Okay, so that was in the news. Now let's discuss about one more thing. Yes, there was an article here. 2 BSF personnel killed in anti-UN protest in Congo. Yes, journalists do use the word killed, but it's better to use martyred and all. It's more respectable. So basically what happened was that in Democratic Republic of Congo, so here is India, here is Congo, there is a UN mission in the same class because this is continued on page 10 also. So we'll be discussing in detail about here is Democratic Republic of Congo. A UN mission was there in which Indian BSF personnel were also there, and because of the local protest and all, you can say things happened, violence happened, and it led to the death of 2 BSF personnel. So just be aware of it. Okay, now let's move on. We'll be discussing more about it in detail. Let's move on to the page 1 second half. Okay, so this is the page 1 second half of the Hindu newspaper, and you can see it here, Russia to leave ISS build own space station. So here this was an article. So Russia to leave International Space Station, build own space station after 2024. It is not going to continue with this, and it will be having its own space station. So we'll be discussing this article also in detail in the world page. There's an article there mentioned. Okay. Hooch tragedy, Alefia, it's very simple. Hooch tragedy means what? A sad news, a bad news. Okay. Hooch tragedy means a tragedy, a sad news that happened because of drinking of poisonous liquor. So basically, hooch tragedy is related with death due to poisonous liquor, drinking poisonous liquor causing death. This entire phenomenon is also called as hooch tragedy. Okay, so this hooch tragedy's word is being mentioned by actually newspapers and all. That is why I have explained this word. Okay, I think it's very crystal clear. Hopefully, guys, is it clear? If it's clear, everyone please press the like button and share this with your friends. Okay, now the next page number 4 states there was a very important article from the legal point of view, and that is Karnataka High Court issues notice to center on Twitter plea challenging blocking. Company has challenged content and account blocking orders issued by Ministry of Information and Technology. So this is actually Ministry of Information and Technology. So just remember it. This is written in short like this, capital M, small e, I, T and capital Y. It is Ministry of Information and Technology. Okay. Now, I hope you are aware of this news that the center has told, the Twitter had told Twitter to block many accounts because of which the Twitter went to the Karnataka High Court. So that is what it says. The Karnataka High Court issued notice to the central government. Why it issues notice? To tell to get to know the response, because I have told you that yes, in court it happens, you have to listen to both the sides. So if Twitter filed the petition, the Karnataka High Court issued the notice to center that okay, response, give the response of this, because the High Court, the judiciary has to listen to both the sides. Yes. Yes, hooch is used for alcohol. Yes, Vaibhav, right. Hooch tragedy. Yeah. So High Court of Karnataka has ordered issue of notice to the central government on a petition filed by Twitter on blocking orders under Information Technology Act. Okay. So that is what it says. Now, the same article further here says that Twitter has said that Section 69A of Information Technology Act only allows for blocking of information and not blocking the entire account. This is what Twitter has said. In 34 cases, Twitter was told to block the entire account, even though Section 69 only allows blocking of information. That is what the Twitter says. And it said that it actually, if you talk about Rule 8 of 2009 rules, the blocking can only be done if after, again, say, notice has to be issued to the originator of the accounts. Means whosoever has the account of that Twitter handle, they need to get, you can say the government has to send the notice that your, you can say this content are being blocked. So that is what Twitter said, that the notice has not been issued. That is what the Twitter says. Okay, that is what their stand is. Okay. The authorities since February have told Twitter to block this much account while contending that blocking orders are illegal, as authorities have not issued notices to the originator of the accounts under Rule 8 of 2009 rules. Okay. That is what the petition was. Okay. And let's see what the court decides and all. Yes. Now let's move on to the editorial. Yes, CEO of Twitter is Parag Agarwal, right? Yes, Shreya. So now let's move on to the editorial. You can see this is the page 6 of editorial. And there are two articles. One is Whose GDP Is It Anyway? And written by Mr. Praveen Chakravarti. And here is a square off. So this was an article about, this is an editorial. So let's discuss first this one. Okay. So first this topic says whose GDP is it anyway? So basically if you read it, if I am zooming this region, here it is. So let me zoom it. Yes. So if you read it carefully, basically he is concerned with one thing. I can summarize the entire article in one thing. He is talking about jobless growth. What do you mean by this concept of jobless growth? It means the GDP is growing, but it is not giving you the result of increased job. So job is not increasing. Generally, it is believed in economics that when GDP goes up, the jobs increases. But there is a phenomenon of jobless growth also that India has witnessed in the past also. And he is saying that even today also, there is a serious issue of jobs. We are more concerned about increasing GDP rather than increasing jobs. This is what the author says. Okay, let me say, whatever is the mention in the news, it's my job is to just explain it. It's the opinion of the author, right? Not my opinion. I have given you the disclaimer. Okay. Now, so he says, basically he is talking about it is if to say that average person's primary and perhaps sole concern about economy is the income they earn. So he's saying that an average person is concerned about his or her own earning rather than whether India's GDP or other countries' GDP is rising or not. It is amply clear that correlation between formal sector jobs and GDP growth has weakened considerably. Ostensibly, high GDP growth does not necessarily mean more jobs. So this is what he says. Yes, this is what he says, that even the GDP is rising, still there is no guarantee that you can say the jobs are rising. And if you want to know the reason, I cannot tell you the reason of jobless growth, because otherwise it will lead to another, you can say, half an hour. But yes, there is a reason. Economists have cited the exact reason why GDP rises, but there is no rise in jobs. Okay, you can go and read it. It is. Now, the excessive he is talking about excessive obsession over GDP growth by policymakers and politicians can be unhealthy and dangerous in a democracy. if it does not translate into economic prosperity of average person. So basically he's saying that only GDP growth is not important. We have to talk about the common man because of the employment and all opportunities for the, you can say, lower sections of society by producing more and more employment. That is what he says. Yes, you can say rich are becoming richer, poor are becoming poor, but there are a lot of economic reasons for this. And we are not going in detail because otherwise it will take a lot of time. Yes. So in all, you should be aware of this idea that he's talking about the jobless growth and all. That is what his concern is. Rather than giving more concern to GDP, we should give more time and energy to jobs. That is what the author says. I think it's very crystal clear. Then another article from side 1, this one, the square of. So here he's talking about the author, actually this is editorial, side editorial written by the Hindu editors. So it says a square of whether India wins medal or not, the staging of the chess Olympiad will give chess a boost. A nation brimming with chess talent is now ready to parade it on a platform that does not get any bigger. The 44th chess Olympiad is actually going to happen in India. So a very famous chess tournament this is. Chennai chess class tournament. It is going to happen from 28th July to 10th August. So it is going to start from tomorrow onwards till 10th August. This is the first chess Olympiad to happen in India. So that is why it is very, very important and remarkable. The next is it was supposed to initially happen in Khanty, managed along with the chess World Cup, but was moved to Moscow. Then from Moscow, I hope you are aware because of the, you can say, COVID pandemic, Russian invasion and all. Now it is happening in India, in Chennai. So that is why it is very, very important, because for the first time it is happening in India. So that is what the author says. So basically he is talking about this. You can read the entire article, but the main article is focusing on this, that 44th chess Olympiad is going to happen in India, in Chennai. That is the most important thing. You should be aware of it. Okay, yes, let's move on to moving on. Yes, guys, everyone, please press the like button, comment, share this video with your friends, and please subscribe to our channel. Everyone, please subscribe to our channel. Yes. Now let's talk about op-ed page. Yes, of course, it will be important for other sessions for MHCT and all, of course. This is overall newspaper discussion, so it will be helpful in understanding the entire current affairs. Things around it. If you know the newspaper, you can answer questions from anywhere, from any can say exam and all. So these two are articles very important. One is desperate measures, another is US search for a new role in West Asia. So the first is a desperate measure. This was an article, if you have watched my yesterday video, that is on 26th July, we had discussed about it, that the 4 political prisoners in Myanmar were hanged. So here is India. This is Myanmar. I still remember yesterday I talked about the capital of Myanmar, the old name of Myanmar, a little bit about military coup and all, Aung San Suu Kyi and all. So basically in this Myanmar, I hope you are aware that military rule is there. Last year, I think in February, 1st February, this military coup happened. And since then, there has been the rise of military junta. So junta means Myanmar's military is called as junta. It is also called as Tatmadaw. Here it is written, yes. So please remember these terminologies. Tatmadaw is also, the Myanmar's military is also called officially Tatmadaw. So basically they have hanged 4 people, defying all international appeals, etc. And that is what they have mentioned it in an editorial. So sometimes the first page article will tomorrow come in the editorial side. Like for example, I'm giving an example. So there was an article here today on first page talking about spurious liquor. Most likely there will be one editorial tomorrow in the Hindu about this. Go and read it. Go and see. So these types of things they do. So if it comes in first page, they give the opinion in the editorial page next day. So these things do happen. Okay, go and read about it. We have discussed it in yesterday's class. If you have not watched it, go and watch the yesterday's class also. It is important. 26th July session. So basically this is what says Mr. Suu Kyi or Aung San Suu Kyi has been convicted for over half a dozen phony charges. Half dozen means almost 7 charges in secret trials and have been sentenced to 11 years of jail. So she will be in jail for almost 11 years. And that is what the author says. While in the past, pro-democracy activists followed non-violence means, etc. and all. So basically, it's talking about that, yes, the efforts of democracy and all. Go and read about it. There's not much tough things to be explained. You can read by yourself. Okay. This is what it says. Now, the author is also talking about contraction of GDP. So that even the economy of Myanmar is also not very good, contracted 18% last year, and GDP this year is expected to be 13% lower. So they are using the word free fall, means the GDP is going like this. So even because of the political turmoil also, and you can see even the economy is also not in their good shape of Myanmar. Okay, that is what the author has talked about. Phony charges means fake charges are not that much rigid, or you can say charges that you can say which is appears to be genuine. Okay, yes. Okay, now let's before moving on, guys, please download our BYJU'S exam prep app. Once you download the app, go to CLAT and law section, and once you go to CLAT and law section, you will reach here, this app. So once this is the screen of the app, click on this general knowledge and current affairs, you will reach here. Okay, once you reach here, there are a lot of free contents. I mean the async videos, some of them are freely available. Go and watch it. These are very good quality contents. We have worked very hard to make this content. Go and watch it. Some of them are freely available, but you buy our courses, you will get all the contents. Okay, all the this static GK contents. Okay, so this we are going to start from 29th July. 200 plus live classes, 330 plus recorded videos, 45 mocks, 9,000 plus practice question, CLAT Internet magazine, monthly GK session will be there and all. So you can go to this course. Yes. The next is the US search for a new role in West Asia. So which region is called as West Asia? You should be knowing it, because if you see the previous year question of CLAT 2020 and 21, they have used such words like Central Asia, West Asia, East Asia. These terminologies you should be aware of it. Otherwise, you will not understand the option in exam. So what is West Asia? We have discussed so many times. So this is India. So this region is generally called as West Asia, right? So this is why this is being discussed. This region is called West Asia. Why is being discussed? Because yes, I hope you are aware that Joe Biden recently visited Saudi Arabia and Israel and all, right? Israel is here. This is Israel. So that is why it was very much in news. So first it says the compulsion driving Biden to Joe Biden trip to West Asia have been evident. First, he faces the same challenges that several of his predecessors faced in navigating West Asia's policy, especially Israel-Palestine conflict. So basically he's saying that his predecessor had also faced the similar situation of how to solve this Israel-Palestine issues and all. First thing. Second thing is, it is said that Joe Biden arrived in Saudi Arabia and all because of Russia-Ukraine war. The energy source, actually Russia used to provide a lot of natural gas, oil and all. Now we have to boycott, I mean US has to boycott this. So it has to go to some other source. So that is why it has gone to Saudi Arabia and all. So fact that Mr. Biden welcomed Saudi's plan to strategize, invest in project and all. So that is what he talks about. So basically the idea the international experts are saying perhaps the reason why he came is because to avoid Russia, so there should be some alternate source of energy. Source of energy means providing oils and all, right? Oil and natural gas. So that is why they need Saudi Arabia and all for this. Okay. Yes. Yes. Gulf area and all is called as Gulf countries and all, West Asia, right? So that is what it says. Then another important aspect is to have the aim of the is to have UN mediated truce in Yemen. What do you mean by the word truce? Truce means to solve the dispute, or you can say to have you can say friendship among the enemies, or you can say that reduce the tussle. So basically I hope you are aware there is a in Yemen civil war is happening. So to bring the truce is an important challenging task that needs to be done with UN mediation, means UN should mediate, become an arbitrator to solve this problem and all. Okay, that is what the author discusses. Okay, you can go and read more about it. Then the author also talks about I2U2. We have discussed so many times the importance of I2U2, Israel, India, UAE, US, and why it is important for geopolitical reasons and all. We have discussed so many times. So please keep on watching my all the classes. Otherwise, it will not be of very much fruitfulness. I mean, it will not be very much fruitful. So please keep on watching every day and make notes out of it. That's what I want to suggest. Okay. Yes. Now in op-ed page, there are two articles, here the one and another one. So let's discuss this one first. So this actually Rahul Mukherjee has written an article. Please let me clarify the things, whatever is mentioned is his opinion. My job is to just explain it. Okay. So basically, he has this article is extremely critical of the government. So he says basically that civil society, basically civil society means like NGOs and all. Okay, so he says that at many places the government is cancelling the FCRA license and all of the NGOs and etc. So he has given the numbers and all how many can say licenses of NGOs have been cancelled. FCRA license means they can get fund from foreign nations, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. So that funds has been blocked, etc. That is what the author has written. So he has said that it is not that all the NGOs or civil societies are bad, but many NGOs and civil society worked tirelessly during COVID. So he says that, you can say this is the photo of one of the incidents of COVID, like when the lockdowns happened, the poor had the problem of eating and all. So NGOs provided food to them and all. So that is what the author says about it. So he is slightly critical about it. What is op-ed page? See, this is called as op-ed page, means opposite to edit page. Opposite to edit page. Okay, that's called as op-ed page. It means, let's say this is a paper. So on the left side, if this is edit page, the opposite side, the right side is called as op-ed page, opposite to edit page in hard copy. Okay, Pandey, is it clear? Pandey Vivek? Okay. Now, the next one is the next one is this one. Yes. Page number 10. Supreme Court to hear petition against Election Commission's proceedings on real Shiv Sena. So I hope you are aware that in the last 1 or 2 months, I hope you are aware of the development happening. One of the factions went and joined, you can say, the BJP-led alliance, and they formed the government. So there is an issue, which one is a real Shiv Sena? Whether Eknath Shinde-led Shiv Sena is the real Shiv Sena, or Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena is the real one. So that is why the petition has been filed in Supreme Court. And that is what it was there, that yes, on August 1, the listing has been done. It means the hearing will start on August 1. Okay, that is what it says. When it will start the proceeding, go and read about it. Although it is a little political article, but it is important from legal point of view, disqualification, 52nd constitutional amendment, etc. and all. That can be important. Okay, now this we have discussed, 2 BSF personnel killed in anti-UN protest. So let me, yes. So that is why this is talking about is MONUSCO. Okay. So MONUSCO is United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission in Democratic Republic of Congo. So, or you can say UN Peacekeeping Mission there. So here is India. This is Africa nations. And here you will find DRC, what we call it as Democratic Republic of Congo. See, in African countries, you will find a lot of internal conflicts. Civil war is there. In many countries, you will find in South Sudan is also there are, you can say, a civil war, a lot of internal conflicts are there. And that is why United Nations has sent a mission, United Nations Peacekeeping Mission. And United Nations Peacekeeping Mission is contributed by different countries. So India has also sent its military, BSF personnel, other personnel to contribute in UNPK. Because United Nations Peacekeeping, they do not have a military of their own. Of course, the different nations contribute. Okay. So that is why they were sent in this. You can say, so unfortunately some tussle happened, and because of which the 2 BSF personnel had to lay down their lives. Okay, so just be aware of it. That was in the news. Okay, Prerna, they'll be asking about, if you are asking about this real Shiv Sena, they'll be asking about disqualification. So they can, in MHCT, they can ask 10th schedule of Indian Constitution. They can ask for the 52nd constitutional amendment, talking about anti-defection. So go and read it. What is 52nd amendment? What is 10th schedule and all. So this aspect they can ask in MHCT. Okay. Yes. Now let's talk about CGI calls for practice of honest journalism. What does it mean? Media must not yield to pressure. So Chief Justice of India has said recently that you may recall that only media houses without business baggage were able to fight for democracy during the dark days of emergency. So he said when emergency happened in 1975 to 77, those who did not have any business baggage were more successful. What do you mean by this? See, basically he's saying that commercialization of media is dangerous. Let's say, for example, let's say some XYZ company, let's say there is a political party ABC. If it is giving ads to any newspaper, so it is very less likely that newspaper will write anything critical of this political party, right? Why? Because they have the business interest. So that is what it says, that if newspaper has link with the politician, if they have the business interest, then chances of being unbiased is very difficult. Or let's say any news channel. So then what people say that there can be, how can it be possible? Then people say that it can be subscription based journalism. Means people will pay, people will buy the subscription. Let's say they buy the newspaper, they should not depend on advertisement or funding or advertisement from any political party. They should have their own independent thing and all. That is what we say. So media are, this is what the CGI has highlighted, that a media should be independent from its, I can say, business interest and all. Okay, that is what he said. It becomes vulnerable. So he says that when a media has business interest, it becomes vulnerable to external pressures. Okay, and that is why independent, unbiased journalism is not will be promised. As a result, democracy gets compromised. That is what he says. Is it clear, guys? Whatever I have explained. Now, another article was 19th. Rajya Sabha member suspended in one go on News 11. You can see it here. So basically, 19 MPs were suspended in Rajya Sabha. They were protesting, etc. and all. Now, the main thing is you should be aware of this only. So, Rule 256 actually. Rule 256 in Rajya Sabha actually talks about suspension of MPs in Rajya Sabha. So just go and read about it. No need to explain much in detail. Guys, everyone please press the like button. We are seeing only 25 likes, 35 is watching. We work very hard for this, so please press the like button, everyone. Okay. The next one is India adds 5 Ramsar sites, page number 12. Yes, you can see it here. So India has added 5 Ramsar sites of or wetlands of international importance. So earlier we had 49 Ramsar, so plus 5, now we have 54 Ramsar sites in India. Please be aware of it. And these are the 5 ones: Karaikal Bird Sanctuary, Palikaranai Marsh Reserve Forest, and Pichavaram Mangroves in Tamil Nadu. These 3 are in Tamil Nadu, Sakhya Sagar in Madhya Pradesh, and Pala Wetland in Mizoram. So these are the 5 newly added wetlands under Ramsar. So there will be having now 54 Ramsar sites. Okay, just remember it. These are the important facts. You should be aware of it. Yes, it was signed on 2nd February 1971 to protect, you can say, wetlands and all. Now, the next one is question number 1. Why has India strictly condemned CPEC or criticized it? Your options are: because it violates UN class agreement, because it passes through POK, because it is a part of Belt and Road Initiative, because it is not commercially viable. What is the reason? I think it's very easy. CPEC has been in the news today also, yesterday also. So that is why I'm asking it. What is the right answer to this question, guys? I'm waiting for your answers. Yes, good. Anisha Das is right. So the right answer is because it passes through POK. So B is the right answer. Debadrita, Vinayak Joshi, Prerna, you all are right. Chorus, yes. So why it was in the news? Third parties joining CPEC is inherently illegal, says India. So basically, this is from where from Kashgar to here Gwadar. So basically, it passes through POK region, and because of which India has even previously also gave a strong statement against CPEC. Now they have decided, the China and Pakistan have decided to bring third country also. Means other countries other than China and Pakistan would be you can say getting help or benefit of CPEC. So India has said that it is inherently illegal because it passes through Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Okay, so that is why. Which is, of course, this region has been illegally occupied by Pakistan, and that is why it is inherently illegal. So please go and read more about CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Go and read about Belt and Road Initiative. These are very important facts. Go and read it. Okay, this is a homework from my side. Okay, now the next is world page. Executed prisoners deserved many death sentence, says Janta. Janta means the same military of Myanmar, or what we call it as Tatmadaw, whatever word you can say. Then here another article is here. Russia to leave ISS, International Space Station, after 2024, focus on building own outpost. So you can see it here. This is what is being discussed. That Russia will pull out from the International Space Station in 2024. That is what the Russia has said. But NASA expected that at least by 2030, Russia will be there. But no, Russia has said by the end of 2024, we will withdraw. So this is the International Space Station. It is sort of a space station in low Earth orbit, made by not only NASA but Roscosmos, which is a Russian space agency, Japan space agency, European space agency, and Canadian space agency. So these 5 were involved because, of course, it was a very huge, daunting task in making this international space station. Now, Russia has decided that it will come up with its own, yes, you can see somewhere it is written, and focus on building its own orbiting outpost. So they will be having their own version of international space station, like China is also building and all. Okay. Yes, guys, there is a live chat. In live chat, there is a link. Please click on the link and I can say follow us on Telegram also, right? You can watch it. So these are our actually the successful candidates. You can watch these. And this is all about today's class. Guys, please press the like button, share this video, subscribe to our channel. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Now I'll be meeting you tomorrow at 7 p.m.